Hey guys, happy Saturday to everybody. So today I thought I would do a filming area and makeup storage video for you guys. I haven't done one of these in probably about a year. So I just thought I would kind of update it as of right now. Plus I kind of, want to have this as like a memory thing just in case we do move in the next couple of months. It'll be kind of fun to look back and see what my filming area was in our old house here. So this is where I film all of my videos. That is the exercise ball that you are constantly seeing me bounce around on. It just feels more comfortable for me to sit on an exercise ball while I'm getting ready and while I'm filming rather than a chair. So I just never picked up a chair for this desk. This is the Leotorp desk from IKEA. I will go ahead and link that for you guys. I used to store all of my makeup in these two, what would you call these? Side cabinets here, like in the Sterilite drawers, but that didn't work for me, so I did pick up the Alex system, the 9-drawer system from IKEA as well. I will link that for you down below. And this has really worked out well for me. This is also my guest room, so when my mom or my dad comes to visit, or both of them together, this is where they sleep. This is only a full-size bed, so when we move, we're actually going to be getting a king-size bed for our guest room, so that will become Stella's bed eventually. So anyway, so this is the big window that I'm always sitting in front of. That's why I have all of that light pouring in onto my face and why I often look really washed out. So anyway, when I bought these Alex drawers, I went ahead and cleaned all of my makeup stuff out of these, and now I just have like books about flowers in here, and then also magazines that I'm featured in for my business, and like newspaper articles and stuff, so I just keep that stuff in here. In my new house, I hope to just have an office to myself where it doesn't have to be a guest room. So I want to frame all of those like articles and stuff like that and actually put them on the wall in my new office. I store all of my candles down here, and then this is where that little 3-drawer system goes. I was just going through my receipts and like organizing and doing tax stuff, so that normally goes here. Yes, there's an awful lot of candles in there. It's embarrassing. Over here, I just use this for overflow for like makeup bags in the back there, another little drawer thing to put products in. There's extra brushes back there, an extra fresh sea berry oil, some body doodads, what do you call those? Body lotions, body butters, and an extra Brocado Miracle Cloud 9 conditioner because it's my favorite. I'll actually be needing to pull that out soon, and then just a little garbage can for Q-tips and stuff like that when I'm getting ready. Okay, so the top of my desk. This is where I organize my, like, what I used to call beauty basket of the week, but I was looking through and it turns out I haven't changed out the products in 3 months. So I need to do something about that because there's a lot of products in here that I'm not using. So my next video after this one is actually going to be going through and picking the products for my beauty basket of the week, and it's going to be my bi-weekly beauty basket. So anyway, there's still a few things here that I know are staples. So I got these containers at IKEA. I believe they still have them. And then these are just cleaned out 3-wick candles from Bath and Body Works. So these, wow, my hands look dry and old. Ooh, someone needs some lotion. These are fantastic because you can just put random products in there and it just kind of keeps it contained. This area gets really messy when I'm filming, just because I'm a nightmare when I'm working. Like, things just go flying everywhere. It is impossible for me to stay organized. So it's kind of nice to just have these little things to toss these back in, and it does help with a little bit of the organization. I hope to have a better system when I move. I really don't want to like put much thought or effort into it right now just because I don't know. If we're moving, I don't want to like buy a bunch of stuff and then have to move a bunch of stuff. So anyway, lip products go in here that I'm currently using, lip balms in here. These are just mercury glass containers from like TJ Maxx or Ross. So anyway, I really like those. These I just spray painted. These were just blue cups that I got from Target, but I wanted them silver, so I spray painted them silver. Q-tips in here. I go through those like crazy. And then here is probably the best part. Oh, this is my tripod. Or lack thereof. I really just need to buy a tripod. It's not that I can't afford one. I just don't ever think to actually go get one. So I have the palettes that I'm currently like wanting to do tutorials with, just sitting up here. So there's Naked 3, there's the Laura Mercier Artist Palette for Eyes, there's the Too Faced Chocolate Bar, there's the Lorac Mint Edition, and then a few of my favorite things underneath that from Too Faced. And then this is the Tarte blush palette here. So anyway, I want to do some looks with these guys, so I just have them sitting out. But I normally just have like a few of these stacked up, and then I just place my camera right on top. So that's how fancy I am. I just use this for like batteries for my camera, and then scissors and samples down here. So again, once I get a tripod, I can put this away and just have things a little bit more organized. I normally watch YouTube videos while I am getting ready, so I just have my iPad on its little stand here. And then, yeah, so that's it for like the desk. This is the, like I said, the 9-drawer system from Alex. The way that I have this organized is it's not particularly like organized yet. When I got this, I just sort of threw products in. So the first drawer was just all of my like drugstore stuff, and as you guys saw in my video yesterday, if you haven't seen it, I did a huge makeup purge. Well, it wasn't even really that big. I could have probably gotten rid of a lot more, but I have some emotional attachments that I need to get over. So anyway, this is just all of my drugstore stuff that I have left over. I'm not big on like drugstore eyeshadows. The ones that I like a lot, but I just don't think generally drugstore eyeshadows are the best. So I do really like the L'Oreal Infallibles. I do like the NYX matte shadows. I like a couple of the Essence eyeshadows. I do have a couple of hard candy ones. These e.l.f. ones are fantastic. They are the baked e.l.f. blush, e.l.f. eyeshadows. I do also like these Physicians Formula. They look like little bonbons to me. Little bonbon palettes, I call them. This Physicians Formula, well, both of these are fantastic. I highly recommend these. These are just like the quad eyeshadows with the matte shadows. This is Canyon Classics, and this is Quartz Quartet, I believe. I highly recommend both of these if you can find them. And then my favorite Wet n Wild singles are back here. I have a couple backups of Brulee because that's my favorite, and then a couple backups of Nutty, which is also a favorite. And then I have Envy, I think, and Penny. Anyway, not a whole lot of drugstore stuff here. I believe these are Wet n Wild, and then that's like a NYX one. So yeah, not big on that. These are like high-end single eyeshadows. So I've got some MAC in here. I've got a few MAC eyeshadows back here. The rest of my MAC like singles, like palettes and stuff, are actually at my office. So yeah, just because I tend to use them more for brides than myself these days. There are some Stila single eyeshadows in here that I got off of All Cosmetics Wholesale. I love these Stila singles, but I need to buy another Z palette to put them in. Every time I buy Z palettes, they're always for my professional kit, so I never have one for myself. Anyway, like Victoria's Secret, like Tarina Tarantino, Doo-Wop, Stila. I believe there's a couple of like Smashbox, some Bare Minerals, a couple from the Body Shop, some loose MAC guys that are my favorites. Lorac, I obviously love Lorac. I was sad when she discontinued these because these were fantastic. These were her baked matte satin eyeshadows. I love these. And then a bunch of her singles because, again, I'm obsessed and in love. As you can see, there really has to be a better way to organize these. I just haven't figured out what that is. So these are just a bunch of like, you know, just like a little wooden crate that came with one of my makeup things and plastic containers that I randomly purchased over time. So I hope to really, you know, find a different way of organizing this at some point. This is just mascaras. I recently threw a bunch away. These are all of my like eyeliners, gel and pencil, and then my random brow powder. all of my, like, what do you call these? Shadow sticks type of things. There's a bunch in here from Sephora. There's some from Smashbox. There's some from Urban Decay. Bunch of color tattoos. I love the color tattoos. Pigments. My favorite pigment, well, one of my favorite pigments from MAC is Gold Stroke. If you can get this at a CCO, I don't know if it's discontinued. I do know that you're no longer using this packaging, which sucks. Not that I would ever go through all of this pigment. That would be insane. So Gold Stroke is one of my favorites, as is Mauve Mint, which was limited edition. But they do re-promote it from time to time. But this is beautiful. If you ever see Mauve Mint pigment, you have to pick it up. It's the perfect purpley taupe. Ooh, this video is getting long. Anyway, just primers over here that I need to go through. This drawer is crazy. I need to go through this again. These are all of my blushes. There's a ton. I mean, these are my L'Oreal Feel Naturals. I love these. These were discontinued, so I picked up a few when I saw them on Amazon and eBay. There's some Wet n Wild. There's some Physicians Formula. There's Cargo. There's MAC singles floating around in here. Lorac. Benefit boxed blushes. Lorac. More Lorac. Tarina Tarantino. Just all kinds of stuff. So again, Smashbox, there's got to be a better way. I just need to figure that out. If you guys have like inspiration or like have seen other people do this better, let me know where I need to look. This is kind of the most sparse drawer. These are bronzers and then contour powders. As you can see, my favorite is NYX Blush and Taupe. Got like 4 backups of that guy. I just love it. Like, it's just perfect. So NARS Laguna is probably one of my favorite bronzers, but I don't like to use it for contour. It's too shimmery for my taste. These are just like loose powders. So I have some silica powder back here. By the way, if you like the Makeup Forever HD powder, just order the silica powder from Coastal Scents. I think this whole like vat, and there was a ton more in here. I actually use this for my clients as well. I think I got this for like $5. It's the exact same thing. It's just silica powder, folks. And then I also purchased some of this. This is, they call it Cosmetic Microspheres powder, but it's basically like a kale and clay kind of powder. Very similar in consistency to the silica powder, but anyway, it just works great at absorbing oil and crap like that. I have some liquid foundations in here that I used to use in my professional kit, but I no longer do. I now use only airbrush on my bridal clients because I think it just lasts longer. I don't know. That's a preference thing. I know a lot of makeup artists are like, barf, I hate airbrush, but it's just the wear that is so much better for me. And I've seen so many of my clients who've had their makeup done by other makeup artists. It's just sliding off of their face because it's like 95 degrees out and they're wearing like a thick, cakey liquid foundation. I don't know. Whatever. It's a preference thing. Backups of my Miracle Skin Transformer, my Everyday Minerals bases. I do like to buy them in bulk when I buy them. And then Laura Geller. So this is basically just, this actually doesn't go here. This goes up here. That's a bronzer. So these are just highlighters, powders, like, you know, face powders, setting sprays, various setting sprays, foundation powders and stuff like that in this drawer. Oh boy. Lip products. I have gone through this drawer already 3 separate times and I need to go through it again. So there's just a ton of lip gloss, everything from drugstore to like high-end stuff like Lorac. These are my favorite. They're the Couture Shine glosses. I have quite a few of these like sprinkled throughout here. Lipsticks, mostly drugstore lipsticks. I don't believe in spending money on lipsticks because I just don't find the formulas to be all that different. Some lip butters back here. So you guys remember these? These are great. I'm sad they discontinued them. The High Intensity Pigment Jelly Balms. These were amazing. If you can find these on like Amazon or like All Cosmetics Wholesale, I highly recommend picking these up. Korres lip butters. I love Korres lip butters. So there's those back there. And then some stuff from Germany that our friend Felix brings for me from time to time, like my labellos and stuff. These just remind me of when I was a girl growing up there. Yeah, so I need to go through this again, but I have pared this down significantly. I used to have about, I think it was between like 85 and like 95 lipsticks in here alone. Lipsticks. So, vast improvement. Nobody needs this much makeup. These are all of my palettes. So everything from Stila to Lorac to Too Faced to Cargo to Tarte to Too Faced. The Nakeds, the various Nakeds. Lorac, Tarte, Lorac. Are these MAC? What are these? No, Sleek. Not MAC. Too Faced, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I keep all of my palettes in here. These are several deep. I have a couple of really nice like Cargo palettes down here that I like a lot. I'm sad that Cargo isn't being carried at Sephora anymore. I used to buy a ton of Cargo stuff. So yeah, this, oh God, this drawer is a mess. And then fragrance. So I keep my perfumes in the dark. I used to have them like on display, but I figure it's better to keep them out of light. So this is an Amazing Grace set that I got for my birthday from my mom. This is Miss Dior Cherie. I have like a perfume collection video. You can see that I don't have a ton of stuff, but I have enough that I actually need to get through in the next couple of years so that these guys don't go bad. So I wear perfume every single day now. Right now I'm just using some samples that I got from Sephora, but every once in a while I'll just like pull one of these out. Like this is Michael Kors. And I'll just sort of leave it out on my desk away from the sunlight here. And then that's just what I'll use for like a couple of weeks in a row, and then I switch it out. So that's, or, you know, if I'm like craving Miss Dior Cherie or Amazing Grace, I'll just, you know, pull those out of there. But anyway, that is, that's the perfume drawer. I don't know what I'm trying to say. So yeah, so this is my makeup storage system. As you can see, it needs some work. I've gone through it a couple times now and thrown away a lot of products or given products away. My nieces were so excited about that stuff that I gave them yesterday, and I was like, simmer down, kids. It's just drugstore. I think they thought maybe they were getting a bunch of Urban Decay stuff, but they're obsessed with Urban Decay. So yeah, and then there's my mirror. Hi, I'm not wearing makeup today. I have a girlfriend coming over, and it's her 1-year anniversary, and I did her makeup for her wedding. I also planned her wedding and stuff, but I'm going to be doing her makeup, so I just brought my brushes up here, and I need to have Craig carry my professional kit up here because it's too heavy for me to carry up the stairs. So anyway, that is my filming area and my makeup storage. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Definitely leave me a question down below if you have it, but mostly leave me suggestions on products that I can use to organize like all of my stuff, because this it's still hard for me to see all this stuff. Like I don't reach for things because I just don't know like what I'm looking at like right off the bat. So anyway, if you have suggestions, let me know. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.